Welcome back to Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the best from the world of CrossFit. Podcasts, news, special interest, health, fitness. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notifier so you're the first to know when we have new episodes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Podcast, everyone. My name is Scott Schweitzer. I'm the Clydesdale. I am so super stoked to hang out with my friend, Jamie Latimer. Jamie, how you doing?
Good.
So we are going to talk about the CrossFit Games season this year. We are actually following you every step of the way from the CrossFit Open all the way to the CrossFit Games is our intention. Don't give me that look, Jamie. We're not going there yet.
Okay.
We got lots of steps to go along the way.
Yeah.
So the plan is that we're going to meet every week of the Open at this time, and then we'll continue on quarters. My plan is to come to Michigan and hang out with you for the weekend and get kind of a fuller picture as to what you do training wise, the quarters, all of that. And then we will, and then we'll jump into semis and then hopefully the CrossFit Games. So what I want to talk to you first about is you've been competing at CrossFit for a very, very long time. Have you done 2000? Did you do this in 2014?
Nope. 17 was my first Open.
First Open was 17.
Yeah.
So you've been at this 6 years, which is still a long time.
Yeah.
But you missed it. Have you done the workout before?
I have never done this one, and I'm kicking myself because I did open prep Saturdays at the gym, and I just picked like past workouts to try to get people comfortable with what open work's going to feel like and judge each other. And 2 weeks before, I picked the 55s, the 55. Which I almost is a little similar. I feel like similar feel. But I picked that one, and it was between this one or that one. I was like, we don't need to do ring muscle ups right now. Go figure.
Yeah, get to do ring muscle ups. So
yeah.
you are a coach.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts of the programming of this one?
I like it. I mean, it's more than I expected. But I do think just looking, and a lot of people came in like, oh, guess I'm going scaled, or guess I'm going foundations, like immediately looking at that bottom movement, and we're like, I can't do that, so I need to do this. And I'm like, there's going to be thousands and thousands of people that can't do a ring muscle up, and there's going to be thousands and thousands of people if you're scaled that can't do a pull up. Like, it's totally fine. So I mean, I'm not opposed to it, like kind of getting people a little more out of their comfort zone earlier than, week one tends to be that like everyone can do it. But I think like most people can, if you can get your mind wrapped around, even if you're going to do single toes bar, you can do this workout RX. And then the like elites get to shine getting further. But I think it was a good first week. I'm happy with it.
So my memory, I did this in 2014. My first Open was 2013. At the time, I've told my story a million times. I was 500 pounds, walked into a gym, tried to lose a ton of weight. I was very successful using CrossFit. 2013, my buddies talked me into doing the Open. Back then, there was no scaled. There was no foundations. It was either you do it RX or you don't do it at all. 2014, I got a little confident. I thought, okay, here we go. But I didn't really have toes to bar in that 2014 year. So I did the row. I actually did this workout 3 times in one weekend because I didn't have toes to bar.
Yeah.
And there was no option other than RX, and I wanted to get one toes to bar. So I did the row like 80 different ways. Like I sprinted it to have a lot of time. Then I paced it so I'd have not as much time, but I was fresh coming off the row. Did it every way. And then I actually did a toes to bar where I hit the bar above my hands. So you know how the rig has 2 bars?
Yes.
I
Wow.
hit this bar.
Wow.
And I heard the ching, and I felt my toes hit something, and I lost my mind. And then I turned around, and my judge is going, no rep. So I have a very love-hate relationship with this workout.
Yeah.
So that's my story. We're going to talk about yours. Before we get into the workout, what I want to talk about is your off season, because I think something happened this off season to give you some confidence going into this season that maybe you didn't have in the past.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I still feel like I'm a big realist. And I do realize I'm 39 and there's a bunch of 35-year-olds coming in. So it gives me a little bit of pause of expecting too much. Like, I don't want to let people down. But I can only do what I can do. So we're just going to try our hardest all the way through, see where I stack up.
So let's be real on a positive sense. You had an off season where you won the Masters Fitness Collective.
Mm-hmm.
You took second at Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So you have proven in very good fields that you can compete. So let's say the opportunity is there for you to succeed. If the programming goes right and everything falls in place, you can do well this year.
I agree with that. I do. I feel, I mean, yeah, it's going to be programming dependent with me. We all know I'm not super strong. So if there's 1 reps, it's probably going to knock me out. But I feel like with the total, the way it was with having the 3 lifts in there last year sort of helped me a little bit. But if it's a single 1 rep, it's just tough on my score, especially with a lot of people on the leaderboard. But yeah, programming dependent. I mean, and for me, I feel like live is always better. So that would be, that's the crucial thing. Like, it's the one thing that bothers me about our setup and even semifinals being online. Like, I just don't think I'm going to do as well there, but we'll see.
Have you ever considered reaching out to other people in your age group to do like a head to head or?
I just don't, there's like nobody around me. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to travel a little bit to more towards Detroit and train with one of the other gentlemen that was at Legends. But I don't really have any girls that are 35 that are near me that will train with me, unfortunately.
Okay. So you're also an affiliate owner.
We're not an affiliate.
Well, you're a gym owner.
I am a gym owner.
Do you do the open?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did Friday Night Lights. It was amazing. It was the best year we've ever had. I feel like I had a couple members reach out and just thank me for such a well-run event. I think we had like 50 or 55 people come in. We were open from like 4 to 7:30 or something. We could only do 4 heats at a time. The way 4 in a heat at a time. We ended up doing 5 because we had a couple of foundations and I was able to squeeze someone else in. But with that floor layout, it just was not ideal for our gym at all.
So how do you balance being the affiliate or the gym owner and the athlete?
Yeah, it's tough. I did it so I went at like 2:15, and then I had the first group come in I had to go pick up my son so he could come to it. So I had to be done by like 3 so I could go pick him up. And then we started the first warm up. He did at like 3:45. So I just and I had told people now we were opening the gym. I had some people not real happy about that, like not having 5 a.m. class. And I was like, nope, community, we're going to all do it in the evening. And then I feel bad because I'm not doing it in the evening with them, but I mean, I'm there running every single heat. Like I can't focus on them and myself. So I got it done and then was there all night running the heats, which I'm thrilled with how it went. But yeah, it is super stressful.
Did you have anybody get their first muscle up, their first toe to bar?
Well, it was my son's first total bar, but I think more so because he hasn't really tried. I just usually let him do like leg raises. He ended up doing 26 post bar, like just sitting there doing singles. And his friend, his tennis friend that comes with him, got through all 50, and I believe it was his first time too. Through a few wall balls, so they did good. I had a couple girls that got their first pull up who did scales, so that was amazing. Um, no first ring muscle ups. Everyone that got there that like has one, my husband included, was like wrecked from the cleans. Like he got there with like 30 seconds left and just, and that was typical of a couple of athletes in our gym. So they just didn't get it. I needed a little more time at that station to rest and hit a little fresher.
So we're gonna talk about the workout a little bit now because you and I texted last night. Did you redo it today?
I did redo it because Selena came. I went faster, but got one less ring muscle up. I failed too, so I would have been. Went faster, and I would if I wouldn't have had two fails, I would have been ahead. But again, I told you it was like for me, it was about working on the ring muscle up capacity. So the next like weeks, months are going to be doing 1 to 2 days of ring muscle up work because clearly I'm not happy with this one.
So I'm going to stop you just for a second because we're having a little trouble with your audio.
Okay.
So can you maybe take out your earbuds and maybe see what the sound is like?
Sure.
Bruce Wayne said it might be your proximity to Canada. And she probably can't hear me yet.
Okay. Now can you hear me?
Oh, it's so much better.
Better? Okay. I wonder if the battery on those was getting low. I don't know. Should have double checked that.
Yeah. So Bruce Wayne said it might be your proximity to Canada.
It's probably my governor.
But yeah. So so you do the workout, you redid it. I think what you said is you went faster, but got one less ring muscle up.
Yes. And I had two fails. So I would have been better overall, but had two failures there. I think I was just rushing towards the end to try to make sure that it was worth it. But like I said, it was for me, I was treating it as a workout. I didn't really care. Like I don't even really care like about this score so much anyway. It's just like for my personal self, like trying to test my capacity. And so it was like another workout for me.
Are you willing to share your score?
Sure. Yeah. I got 18 ring muscle ups, 198.
So 2 away from finishing round 1.
Yep.
And I could see like if you were in a competition, that would probably drive you nuts.
Yeah.
And you'd want to get through that to get to round 2.
Right.
But this is the open. This is just part of your training.
Right.
So Kat, can we pull up her workout? And so let's walk through parts of this and Kat will fast forward where we need to.
Okay.
But you start with the row.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was going through your head at this point? Just pace?
Yeah, I wanted to do like the first 20 kills, like a little on the higher end. I wanted to be off. I had an entire template written out, so I wanted to be off the row at, I believe I wanted to be off at 320. Maybe it was 325. And so I went a little like 1200, maybe it's slightly over for the first 10 to 20 cals, and then throttled it back to 1100. And then like the last 10, I was 1000 just to resettle that breathing.
And then, so then from there you go to toe to bar.
Mm-hmm.
If we could fast forward that ahead a little bit, Kat. And there you are over in the corner. Yeah. They picked a very spread out workout for the first one.
Yeah, it's not good.
So toe to bar, you look strong.
Yeah, I love those.
So how many did you string together?
I did 25, 13, 8, 4. Just a little break there at the end.
Okay. So you're flying through the toe to bar, you're feeling good, and now you get to wall ball.
Yep.
So 9-foot target, 14-pound ball. Feel good?
Yeah. Yeah, they felt okay. Like I did 31.9. I mean, I could have gone unbroken. When I redid this today, I went an extra break on toe to bar. I went about 10 seconds faster on row. One extra break on toe to bar, one extra break here on the wall balls. And I was like 15 seconds ahead of pace. So I don't think the breaks are a big deal. And I actually don't think you need to do huge sets. Like, just don't take long breaks.
So right at the 7-minute mark, you're picking up your first clean.
Yep.
And did they get that fairly light clean for you?
Yeah, it felt heavier than, you didn't want to like stay at the bar and keep moving it. Like you had to make yourself keep moving. Where I gained a lot of time today when I did this, I did a few sets of 3. And I don't like I said, I don't know if that was better or worse, but I had more time to rest before going into ring muscle ups. I did all singles here. And then I just sit and
And
rest for
so
a little
you
bit because I don't
have
want to go do ring muscle ups right away.
so you have 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, it
you
was
finish the
9:18 is when I
cleans.
finished my clean. So I had a lot of time. That's what's so frustrating.
And then, so what is it about the muscle up that you just need to get better at?
Well, um, you might see in some of my later reps, well, for one, my back, you can tell in my back swing. With my spondylolisthesis and my L5 S1, like I have no arch. So I can't get a great kip. They're mini kip ring muscle ups for me. I don't get that big sweeping kip that people do, so I don't feel like I get my hips into it as well as others. And then I think I noticed it a lot today. I I think I'm still like nervous with my shoulder. I turn one arm over quicker than the other, and then I'm popping up on the other. And I don't do a good job of kipping my dip either. So I just do like slightly strict ring muscle ups. It's just not good. I need to.
So it's more of an efficiency than a capacity.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like with most things, right? If you were slightly more efficient, your capacity would go up.
So you get through everything, and what are you thinking at the end?
Oh, I
Like
was so mad at the end of this.
transparency? Oh, you were so mad. Okay.
I was so mad. I think you can see it on my face when I finish this workout.
So we're
Yeah,
at the
I don't
last
know. It's just
15 seconds.
like you can see how I'm catching that cockeyed a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I'm kind of gentle about pushing up out of that dip. Yeah, I knew that was beeping, so yeah, I just
And then
sort of pout here. I'm mad.
so when you're mad, do you just go by yourself in the corner? Do you kick the mats? Do you?
Well, I needed to judge Ronica, who was in the background there. So normally I probably would kind of go by myself. People just sort of leave me alone. Gosh, that sun is terrible, hon.
You're looking very angelic.
Over there. So yeah, normally people do kind of leave me alone, and I don't know. I'm just kind of quiet and just in my thoughts. But I had to judge Ronica so that I could get home and pick up my son. So I needed to get her. She's the co-owner. So because we were going to be judging everyone all night, running the gym all night. So she needed to get done. So, I mean, I was really focused on her, and I was really, really hoping she would get a ring muscle up. She has hit a ring muscle up before, but she did not. Well, I don't know if I should share that. I don't know if she put her score in yet. She's also in 35 now.
So what was your day like then? Was it did you work out before you did the open workout?
Nope. No, I didn't
So
really.
That was the only thing you did that day.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that typical of a Friday for you, or do you have to adjust for the community?
Yeah, I feel like I'm adjusted for the community. I didn't want to do a whole lot just because I knew, like, depending on what I would have done, if I would have strained like my grip or pulling at all, I knew it would affect my ring muscle ups even more. So for this one, I was like, you don't need to do a whole lot of other training before it. Normally Thursdays are my, like, I'd say rest day, but sometimes I go in and do some stuff, but Thursdays are my rest day. So, I'm trying to think if I've been super busy with real estate and with the gym. So Thursday, I think I was at the real estate office all day. So which that's not good for me either. I don't like not working out the day before a workout like the open. I was at the gym like all night trying to set up stations, heats, video for the affiliate. So I think I was there and I had 3 people that needed to do it Thursday night. So I got there right at the announcement, printed off the stuff, set it up for them. Then I like videoed some warm up stuff and just tips and stuff for the members. And I don't think we got home till, I don't know, what was like 8:30, and then finally got dinner. It was not a great Thursday night for me. In general, I just had a lot of stuff going on and late night, and then I had to put in all the heats, get people in. Friday, I kind of like, stretched a little here at home before I went over there at 12:31 to the gym. So I got to sleep in Friday morning. That's good. Did a lot of stretching. Yeah, I just didn't do any extra training on Friday. That's good.
So were you able to catch up some over the weekend with some training?
Yep, I did normal training on Saturday, and then I did this again today, so I feel like pretty good pieces. I could have done some more like strict strength, maybe some squats today, but I wanted to make sure I was back here for this.
And you're with Training Think Tank, correct?
Yep.
So, so what does the next week look like? Are you going to be able to focus more on yourself this week, or is it going to be the same thing for the next couple weeks?
It'll be the same. I'll be at the gym Thursday night. I did redo it, Bruce. I redid it today. It didn't go any better. Yeah, it'll be the same. I'll do the Thursday night thing. I've got people each week that need to do it Thursday night, since we've canceled the classes during the day on Friday. Sports and people gone. I've got the following week, we've got some college members. They start spring break, so she needs to do it Thursday so she can get out of town. So yeah, Thursdays are just going to be crazy setup, and at least I can sleep in on Friday and get to the gym a little later and get my own workout in.
So that's good. At least you're just trying to make top 10% at this point, right?
Right.
And you're confident that with your score, you're going to be okay for top 10%.
Yep.
Yeah. I did do some leaderboard looking today. Your score doesn't land too bad. But I know that probably there's, who knows how many people haven't submitted their score yet.
Yeah.
Do you leaderboard watch at all, or do you just finish it and you submit it on Monday and call it a day?
Well, I submitted it today, so it's in there.
Okay.
I probably won't look again till like at least Tuesday night. I feel like with the way the affiliates do the approval late, it's like pointless to try to look much earlier. You just watch that slow descent. So yeah, I won't look
With
a
the
whole lot.
with it being top 10%, do you think there's really a point for this much gamesmanship at this stage?
No, not at all.
So you're gonna when you're considered, you knew you were gonna redo today, so that's why you didn't submit yet.
Yes. Yeah. Just because Selena, who we had talked about on the other podcast, she was coming into town. I haven't seen her in a really long time. I mean, she had moved to Boston and she's back home. So she hadn't done it yet. And I said I would do it with her. So she decided to come into town. So I knew it. Yeah, I knew I would redo it with her. But I don't know.
Well, look at the bright side. It's 1 down.
Yep.
Only 2 to go for this stage. And you're sitting in a pretty good spot for top 10%. So you're in a good place. For our listeners, we're going to keep doing this every Sunday at 4 p.m. Through the open. And then, as I said, I'm going to head up to Lansing, Michigan to hang out with Jamie for a weekend and cover quarterfinals. And then we'll see where we go from there. So with that, everybody, we will see you next time on the Clydesdale Media Podcast. Maybe. My producer is having